Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to knock out a very quick fall-oriented tag called the Busted Out for Fall tag. I first saw this on Miss Holly Berry's channel. I was linked to it yesterday by Samantha Jane, who I'm sure many of you know is a good friend of mine. And she recommended this tag for me because I was looking for something to talk about for Thursday's video. So that's what I'm doing today. Let's get right into it. The first question asks, does the change of seasons affect what kind of makeup you wear? And a little bit of yes and a little bit of no. It's kind of funny to me because years and years ago I used to think that black gel or liquid liner was way too stark for the summer. I'm over that phase in my life and I will proudly wear black liquid liner any month of the year. But I do find myself gravitating more towards dark lip colors like what I'm wearing right now. I do find that when the seasons change from like summer right into fall, I'm way more inclined to wear neutral colors and dark lips or like a dark berry tone, something on my lips. For whatever reason, it's just when the leaves start to die, I just have this, I don't know, it feels like I want to replicate that kind of colors on my face. So that changes, but I mean, in a few months' time, I'm going to be back to wearing bright colors anyway. The second question asks, is there a technique that you bring out in the fall that you didn't necessarily do in the summer? And hands down for me, no. There's nothing that I really change aside from colors. I'm not particularly varied in my eyeshadow application. If you watch most of my videos, you'll notice that while the colors change, the way it goes on my eye really doesn't vary that much. So I pretty much just keep that going all year round. The third question asks, is there any color combinations that you only pair together in the fall? And I don't think it's very fall specific. I think it's more like fall and winter, so just like colder months. And for me, that is just really pairing like kind of what I'm wearing today, like a dark lip with more gold tones on the eyes. You don't tend to see me wearing that at all during the summer. I just think it looks really out of place for where I live anyway. So that's really the kind of only color combination that I feel really changes or that I pair together in the colder months. The fourth question asked, does your skin or hair change with the seasons and how does it affect your routine? My hair does change. It goes very staticky in the winter and I have no idea how to control it, so I don't really use anything for it. I think I'm more inclined to wear my hair up at that point, so I'm not dealing with it like cascading down and like sticking to my face. I am more inclined to perhaps cut all my hair off in the winter because it's so staticky, and I'm not opposed to like chopping it up to like chin length if I want to. I like my hair, but I'm not super attached to it, so I'll just give it a chop if I feel like I need to. As for skin, I definitely go from oily-ish in the summer to dry in the winter, and the only real difference that I change in my skincare is that I go for heavier creams. I still pretty much use the same products. I'm almost always using Aveeno and that'll be year round. But the one thing I do add in is I tend to reach for Bioderma's Hydra Bio range way more in the colder months. I just feel like this is more hydrating and it's creamier and it just really helps my skin when it's dry to not be as dry. The fifth question asks, what color are you most excited to wear on your face for fall? And there's a blush question later on, so I'm gonna stick to eyeshadow for this one. But it's definitely warm and gold tones, and it's mostly in these two palettes that I find them. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette made absolutely no sense as a summer release. It was just such a bizarre thing to come out with in July. I did not want to wear any of these shades in June or July or whenever the heck it came out, but I think I said recently my favorites. Now is the time that I want to wear these. I am so excited by particularly well, I guess really it's the whole palette. I'm excited by the whole palette, but it's these red, orange, pink shades that really get me going. It's so, so beautiful. And then the other palette is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I reach for this sporadically during the summer, but it's more during the cooler months where I feel like it fits better. And honestly, I think that's predominantly down to this cherry dark red color and then the gold and then slightly peachier bronze shade. I am not drawn to a ton of the other shades in this palette, but in this sort of area, it's kind of like a U shape. I really, really like those shades. And the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. The sixth question asks, what nail polish do you love to wear in the fall? And I'm not very specific with my nail polish. I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge nail polish person, but I will be pretty seasonal with my nail polish if I have something that fits it. So, I mean, I painted my nails this past weekend with a black base and then orange tips. I just like the Halloween theme of it, so that kind of fits. The next question asks, what blush do you reserve only for fall? And I feel like it's trying to pigeonhole some of these products into fall only things, but while I might reach for it in fall, I'll definitely keep wearing this one throughout the winter. And that is Clinique's Cola Pop Blush. This one is just beautiful. It looks pretty dark in the pan, but it gives that beautiful cold weather rosy tint to your cheeks that I just really enjoy for any kind of season where it's cool outside. So while I start reaching for this starting in September, October, I will definitely keep wearing this until like February or March. The 8th question is, what is your favorite fall fragrance? And I have 2 answers for these because one reminds me of fall, but I'm slowly getting over it, and the other one is more like what I wear now. The first one I have to mention is La Vanilla's Vanilla Grapefruit Scent. This is actually my 2nd bottle of this, and I remember very vividly wearing this when I went on vacation in Prague. I think it was 2 years ago now, and that was during the month of September. So I must have sprayed a lot of this at the time because I have very strong memories of Prague whenever I wear this perfume. And although it's a very sweet vanilla strong scent, it smells a lot like candy. It's a weird choice for fall, and because I already have gone through an entire bottle of this, yeah, I'm kind of done with the scent. I repurchased it because I had finished it, but now I'm like, okay, I don't need another bottle of this one. But I will finish it, and it does remind me of fall, so that was my first option. And the other one that I think is a little bit more typical for me now is the Elizabeth & James Nirvana Black. I am not even really sure why I like this scent. It's not like anything I've ever gravitated towards in the past. It's beautiful, but it's quite heavy. It's more mature feminine in my opinion. I've always, although this one doesn't, scream it either, I've always way preferred aquatic scents. And I don't know, I'm really surprised that I like this scent, but this scent is definitely something that I reach for as the seasons get cooler. I think I wore it once in the summer and was like, no, this is way too heavy. So I'm really happy to be wearing this one again. Question 9 is there a piece of clothing that's been unworn all summer and you can't wait to bust out for the fall season? And that's anything leather. I have leather jackets and leather knee-high boots that you can't wear that in the summer. Like, that's just not happening. I really like those pieces in my clothing collection because they tend to be pricier items. So when I don't get to wear them, I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth out of them. Plus, on top of the fact that I really like the way that they look. So yeah, I'm just really happy to be wearing my jackets and boots again. Number 10 asks, is there a makeup item in your collection that really gets you into the fall spirit? And in general, I've never really thought about it that way. There's no one item that makes me go, ooh, I feel like fall this morning. I think the closest I'm gonna get to is probably the Modern Renaissance palette. As I've said, fantastic palette, fall colors. It's just, this is fall to me. So that fits. The 11th question asks, is there any makeup item in your collection that you're gonna put away until spring and summer that you're sad about? And I think I don't wear coral. I'm pretty sure I don't wear coral during the fall and winter months. Coral's like it feels like a true love kind of thing. Like, that's the one color that I'm really drawn to in blushes and lipsticks, but it doesn't work for the fall or winter season. It just looks like incongruent. That's the best way I can think to say that. It doesn't look right. So yeah, I stay away from coral shades during the coming months because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the last question asks, are there any beauty items that you're going to bust out for fall that you haven't talked about yet? And I hesitated a little bit to talk about this because you can't get it anymore, but the lipstick that I've been pulling out incessantly lately has been the Bite Beauty Matte Creme Lipstick in Juniper. And this was released with their Frozen Berries collection, I think last winter. And it was a US exclusive that I did pick up when I was in the US over the Christmas holidays this past year. I don't really know why I picked up this shade. I think I have another shade that's pretty similar to it in, where is it? Too Faced Melted Berry. They're pretty close, but I've been reaching for this one so much because it's such a lovely, comfortable formula that I felt like I had to mention it. I do think that Beetroot in their current lineup is very, very close to Juniper, so if you like this shade, you might want to check that one out, because just this dark berry color that I really, really enjoy when it starts to get cooler outside. And if you're looking for something that you can still get your hands on, the Too Faced Melted Berry shade is absolutely stunning and very similar to Juniper. This is hands down my most worn shade from the Melted lineup, and I think it's just absolutely stunning. It's a very comfortable formula. It goes on kind of like a cream finish and it dries down matte eventually. I love, love, love this one. All right, that's it for the Busted Out for Fall tag. I'm not going to specifically tag anyone because I feel like I always tag the same people every time I do these videos. That being said, I mean, if you want to do this tag, I would love to see your answers. Please let me know either in the comments if you filmed a video or you plan to, or even just answering the questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!